Once the fourth largest body of fresh water in the world, the Aral Sea was a thriving region, supplying nearly 1/4 of the country's fresh fish. But during the early years of Soviet rule, a scheme was developed to divert the two major rivers that fed the Aral in order to supply massive irrigation to cotton fields upstream. The result has been one of the most striking eco-disasters of all time. And it's right where I'm headed. My guide, October. That's October Dospanov, named for the climactic month of the Russian Revolution.
Yeah, today we will drive from Nukus to Moynak.
And this is the way we come back.
Yeah, come back from Kungra to Nukus.
The rivers running through Nukus show definite signs of the receding water. Before I head to the even drier, more remote areas, I stop at a local market for supplies. The brisk trade and friendly Uzbeks belie the intense hardship that comes when your livelihood literally evaporates. Well, when you go to a sea that doesn't have any water, you have to bring your own. So we're just stocking up right now. All right, time to get out of here and head up towards the Aral Sea. October takes me to the seaside town of Moynak. So this flat, desolate desert used to be an island that your parents would stay on.
Yeah.
Wow. Now the most interesting thing about the Welcome to Moynak sign is the fish and the water that's on it. A bit of a holdover from earlier times. This used to be a very busy and prosperous fish cannery here in Moynak. Built back in the 1930s and ran until the late 1990s. But with no fish, no cannery. You can see there's a spot where they did a last-ditch effort to try and allow the boats to come in. They've dug a bit of a trench here, and that would have allowed the boats to come in for maybe a few months, maybe a year, and then as the water receded, that would have been that. But not just the economy is suffering in Uzbekistan. The dry seabed is causing many health issues.
From Turan Desert came it from north, very strong wind.
All the dust gets blown across. Yeah. So you breathe it in, and it's bad for your lungs, and it's just so many problems. And the dust, it's not just salt, it's pesticides and industrial waste and all these different things.
Ecological too.
All this stuff comes blowing down to the south, causing
This is
all kinds of problems.
Big problem for health for people here in Central Asia. During the height of the fishing industry, this airport was used to shuttle in workers all day long, many flights a day. Today, it's just a dilapidated ruin of broken glass. It's not just the fishing that suffered when the Aral Sea dried up. It's all the support industries that went along with it. This used to be a thriving community with 50 or 60,000 people at its peak. Now, it's just a ghost of what it used to be. One of the most depressing places I've ever seen. Today, I'm gonna go down and take a look at the ships of the desert. And I'm not talking about camels. I'm in Uzbekistan, exploring one of the most bizarre landscapes I've ever seen. An entire fleet of fishing vessels laying helplessly in the middle of a desert that once was the Aral Sea. A huge water diversion project, masterminded by the government of the now defunct Soviet Union, literally choked off the lifeblood of this once mighty body of water.
So when you were a boy, these ships were working every day.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Yeah, and we swimming here because I remember Aral Sea here, this place.
Where we're standing right now used to be many meters underwater.
Yeah, usually original here 16 meters.
16 meters deep.
16 meters deep.
That's a lot of water.
Yeah.
Now, how close is the water now?
150, 200 kilometers from
Really?
here.
That far?
Yeah.
And every year it's going a little further?
Yeah, every month.
Every month?
Yeah.
That fast?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
All these ships used to work the fishing fleet. They'd go out every day, loaded up with fishermen. They'd come back loaded up with fish, supported the community here, fed a large portion of the Soviet Union. But when they decided to divert the rivers, this is what happened. If there's any one symbol that really represents the shrinkage of the Aral Sea, this is it.
An entire way of life, an entire ecosystem destroyed.
The idea right now is to drive north out of Moynak, and as we head further north, we're actually driving on the sea floor itself. This used to be the Aral. The purpose is to try and get up and actually see where the water is. It's going to take us a while to get there, I think. After many hours of driving, about 130 kilometers later, I finally come across the waters of the Aral Sea. And it's beautiful. At one point, the water used to be right up here, I would imagine. It's completely receded, and in this particular spot, you can still see where it has eroded away the edges of the shoreline. It's amazing. What a stark landscape here.
It's now too late to drive back to Moynak, so we'll camp here tonight, and hopefully not freeze to death.
Oh, it is a cold one this morning. October, it's cold this morning.
Yeah, I think -1, 2
Really?
at night, yeah.
One side effect of the drying of the Aral Sea has been a change in the climate in the local area around the water. Much hotter summers, much colder winters. And the water is still receding.
So tell me, 2 months ago, you were here.
Yeah.
And what was it like 2 months ago?
George, 2 months ago, I remember water here, where we stay.
So you were swimming here,
Yeah.
and the water was up to the top of this meadow.
Yeah, I think every week it went like 1 meter.
In 2 months,
2 months.
the water's gone from all the way over here
Yeah.
down past here.